Hello, hello, boys and girls. Today we are going to be making our Georgia O'Keeffe inspired flowers. So materials you're going to need, if you have markers, we're going to be using our warm colors. We're going to use red, yellow, and orange. And if you have pink, I would like you to get out pink as well. Okay? So these are our colored markers for today. If you do not have markers, it's okay. You can use your crayons or colored pencils. So remember, boys and girls, Georgia O'Keeffe was really inspired by nature, inspired by flowers, inspired by mountains and landscapes, and bones. So first, we are going to be making lots of circles surrounding each other to make an abstract flower. Remember, abstract means that we use shapes to create our picture, okay? So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to make a circle slash oval shape, and it does not have to be perfectly circular, okay? I just want you to start making these squiggly shapes that surround each other, okay? So I just used my red, now I'm using my orange. Now I'm gonna use yellow. And then we're going to use pink. And we're just making these circle shapes that surround one another, okay? Again, these do not have to be perfectly drawn, okay? We're trying to show the image of a flower by just using these abstract shapes, okay? So we're just going to draw some curved lines. So after you have drawn your curved lines, and again, if you need to rewind and pause in certain areas, you can do so at any time. Okay, so after you have your guided drawn lines, I want you to go back in, especially if you have your marker. And with your marker, I want you to thicken up some of these lines. Okay, so I'm thickening my red. I'm going to thicken up my orange here. And if you do not have markers, you can just fill in your spaces with your marker, or I'm sorry, with your crayons, with your colored pencils. Again, you do not have to use markers if you don't have them. The reason why I'm using markers and only markers today is because I'm going to show you how you can add water to your Crayola markers to create a watercolor effect. Okay, so those of you at home, those of you at school, if you have paintbrushes, if your class or your home has paintbrushes, you're going to grab a cup of water here in a second, and we are going to start using only water to create a watercolor effect for our flower, okay? So again, I'm thickening up my lines here. And again, if you don't have markers, that's okay. You're just gonna go back and fill in this whole area red, this whole area pink, this whole area yellow, this whole area orange, and the middle red. Okay. So again, I'm just thickening up these lines. My last one here is my big orange area. Okay, and if you need to flip your paper, go ahead and do so. You can always move your paper around so that it's easier for you to draw, okay? It's not going to hurt your paper to do so, okay? So I have my flower started here, and I'm going to grab some water with a paintbrush, and I'm going to start in this middle center. I'm just going to add a really small amount of water, and look at how that goes. How nice. Okay, and here with our orange. Okay, just a little bit of water goes a long way, and we see that our markers can become watercolors, right? And it's okay if your two colors mix. You see this area right here? How beautiful that is when those colors blend together and mix. And that's why we're using warm colors too, my friends. They work well together, right? Since our red and our yellow combined make orange, they are all within the same color family, right? That's why they are our warm colors. And oh, look at how beautiful even this pink. And if you need to draw over some areas a little thicker, if you want it to be darker, you're going to draw over some of these areas a little thicker, okay? But just make sure you're not drawing over the already wet area, because if you do that, then it's just going to dry out your marker, and it's not going to act as a watercolor. Okay. So here, before I start making my red, I think I might want to make this a little thicker in some areas. Okay, so I'm going to thicken up this red area before I start. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, it can look a little scribbly in some areas. That is okay. Because once we add that water, it's really going to blend and act as a watercolor. Okay, so just go section by section. And we can see we're almost finished here. Okay, and the great thing about this too, boys and girls, is once this dries, we can draw over this with our colored pencils, with our crayon. And it's just going to add even more detail to our flower, okay? And if you want to just leave it as it is now, this watercolored picture, you can do so, okay? And if it drips a little, that's okay too. Look at how pretty. Okay, so there is our Georgia O'Keeffe inspired flower, abstract flower here, okay? I hope you guys enjoyed this lesson today, and I will see you next time. Have a great day.